Hi, it's John, and welcome to the channel. Great to have you along today, 4:57 a.m. on Thursday, January the 16th, with my big blue mug of coffee. I hope you're having a good day today, because Lord knows I am not. I woke up in one hell of an ornery mood this morning, and it's because of the story that's leading the news in Canada today. And that's the First Minister's meeting yesterday between Trudeau and 13 premiers, including my premier, Danielle Smith. Now, I'm going to unload on Trudeau and 12 of these SOBs in just a moment, because the news is missing the big picture here like they usually do. Share this one, because this could be an epic rant, and I'm going to go off on this one, folks. So what's the gist of this story? Well, we have incoming tariffs from south of the border from Donald Trump. And it's 4 days before his inauguration, and this was some kind of meeting to discuss what they're going to do if those tariffs are implemented. And basically 12 of these premiers and Trudeau decided an all-out economic war against the United States is on the table. But Danielle Smith, the premier of my province, God love her, said, no, you're not going to do that with our oil. And this is what people are saying about Danielle Smith in the media today. Let me put it up on the screen for you. Premier Danielle Smith was slagged all over national media Wednesday. They had her down as the next thing to a traitor for refusing to sign a First Minister's communication and vowing never to accept an export tax on oil and gas. No, the traitors are the 12 people in the room who are betraying you, sitting down with Justin Trudeau. Well, now, what did Doug Ford have to say about this? Here's Ford's statement. Doug Ford, Premier of Ontario, Mr. Captain Canada now. He was the chair yesterday, the chair of Canada's premiers. Doug Ford said while he respects that Smith must do what she believes is best for her jurisdiction, national interest cannot be ignored. Protect your jurisdiction, but country comes first, said Mr. Ford. He told reporters at the Leaders Closing News Conference, Canada's a priority, and I don't believe in jeopardizing one sector or another. Premier Smith's oil is Ontario's auto sector. He said all regions will be affected if U.S. tariffs come, and exempting one region from the country's countermeasures won't work. So good for Doug Ford. All in for Canada, say the premiers, except for Danielle Smith, who's a traitor to her country. She's not a traitor. She's the only one who's standing up for her country. You know, it's all in for Canada now that their provinces are under threat. But what about Alberta? You know, I live in Alberta. I live in Calgary. I'm transplanted here 12 years ago. I'd never go back to the east now. I have family out there, but I don't want to go anywhere near Ontario. I don't want to live out there. Alberta's different. We're very nationalistic here. Basically, we said, screw you to Alberta when they don't want to put an energy pipeline out east. F you, said Quebec. When we want to go out to the west, BC says, F you, Alberta. We got a prime minister who's been sitting there for 9 years, has done everything to destroy our oil and gas industry. F you, Alberta. He wants to destroy us. Man, I've seen the people and the desolation here in Alberta because our oil and gas industry has been under attack for years by Justin Trudeau. And his hand-picked guide, Mark Carney's going to be even worse. Get to him in just a moment. God bless Danielle Smith for saying, screw you to the rest of Canada and the 12 other traitors who sat in the room with Justin Trudeau. Where was Doug Ford when Danielle Smith was down talking to Donald Trump? He should have been there. You know, I look at this just like I look at the Ukraine issue. What, are you for Russia because you don't want to support Ukraine? No, I want to end the freaking war. I don't want to stop the death. I don't want a trade war with the United States. I want peace. And that's what Danielle Smith wanted, for Christ's sakes. That's why she was down there talking to Donald Trump. She's got inside information. I mean, Kevin O'Leary spoke with Brian Lilly the other day. Here's what he had to say about Danielle Smith, and right after it, he talks about Doug Ford.
Premier Smith said that she thinks that the tariffs are coming next week, regardless of what anybody says or does, and we should be prepared for that. So that was her.
Of course. Look, she's hedging her bets, but she has something no one else has, a personal relationship with Trump and many of the people that matter, like Doug Burgum. She'll be able to pick up the phone. They know who she is. Many of the people in that room knew who she was. She's a big deal. She's energy security of the U.S. She's 60% of the imports. It's a big deal. And so and Trump wants that pipeline. She's the queen bee on the pipeline, too.
Couldn't someone like Doug Ford turn around and say, you know what, I want to go down to Mar-a-Lago as well?
But it's too late now. I mean, that opportunity's gone. Trump is now in Washington or on his way. He's not going to do any more meetings. It'll be off the record. Everything will be on the presidential record. It was a missed opportunity for any politician that didn't take that opportunity up. That was a chance to meet them personally, on his own home where he's very comfortable, where you can have a conversation that's off the record.
So Doug Ford should have been talking to Donald Trump. I mean, Canada is the United States' biggest trading partner. Ontario probably is the biggest of all of the provinces. And Doug Ford's talking about a trade war with Donald Trump. Now, he's got an election coming up, so he wants to look strong, fighting mean Donald Trump. And that's what this is about. Canada first? No, it's Doug Ford's skin first. It's the rest of the first ministers first. You know what they should have been doing yesterday? Instead of sitting down with that asshole Trudeau, they should have sat down together, all 13 of them, and said, we want an election right now. Because we need an election now. We have no leader. Donald Trump does not like Justin Trudeau. We've got no government. We want an election now. We need somebody who's strong to talk to Donald Trump. That's what they should have been doing. Instead of giving Trudeau more rope to hang himself, they threw the guy a lifeline. He's out there talking about how he's sticking up for Canada. Oh yeah, how's he going to use that against Pierre Poilievre? The Liberal Party sticks up for Canada against Donald Trump. Look at those conservative leaders like Danielle Smith and hint, hint, Pierre Poilievre. Now, the 12 people sitting in the room with Trudeau yesterday, because Danielle Smith was on vacation, are traitors to the country. God bless Danielle Smith. She's getting raked through the coals over this. She's the only one who's sticking up for Canada. She's the only one who went down to talk to Donald Trump, the incoming president of the freaking United States, about a possible trade war. Kevin O'Leary's doing more for this country than the other people sitting in the room with Trudeau yesterday. Carney is coming, folks. Do you want that guy dealing with Donald Trump and an issue like this? That's Trudeau's hand-picked guy. It's more of the same, and probably even worse. That's what's coming, folks. The media misses the whole story. Instead of talking to Trudeau, they should have been calling for his resignation completely yesterday and an election right now. That's what should have happened yesterday. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please share this video, subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up as well. See you in the next one.